Welcome to South Summit High School. Joe Santos, Cody Bowen bringing you the season opener of the South Summit boys basketball team. And the Bear River Bears are in town tonight, so a stiff opponent for the Wildcats as we welcome one of the big and premier 3A teams in the state and the return of one of the great coaches in the state, and Scott Hunt, who used to be a great coach here at South Summit many years ago. We welcome him back. Brings a good team into the gym tonight. 8-4 on the season. Played a tough schedule as both teams gearing up for the region schedule that'll start next week. Our South Summit boys have played a tough schedule as well. Been on the road, as we've said, all 5-6 weeks of the season thus far. They've lost 3 in a row to Morgan, Uinta, and Manti, all good teams. And it'll be nice for these boys to be able to settle into the home gym today, and hopefully that'll give them some confidence, a little comfortability, and they can put on a good show tonight against Bear River. As we mentioned, Bear River's a big, tall, long team, athletic, I'm sure, and as we know, well-coached. They're led by a leading scorer, number 23, Michael Richford is the leading scorer, averaging 14 points a game, followed by Tristan Hartfield at 9 points a game, Richard Bose at 9, and Caleb Jensen at 7, a few more with 4 and 5. And as we mentioned, up in Tremont and Bear River, and ought to be an exciting night and a good home opener for the Wildcats. Our South Summit boys are led by senior guard Mason Gines, averaging 14 points a game, followed by Caden Atkinson at 9, Nick Beasley at 8, Tanner Anderson 8, and Jason McNeil 7. A little different team than last year. A lot of quickness last year, a lot of seniors last year off a third-place team. And this year, some youth, but also a lot of athleticism, and good things can happen tonight if South Summit plays well. They've got to be able to shoot well, as they are missing a little bit of size on the season, as the big man Matt Brady moved back to Colorado last year. And so they don't have a lot of size and have had some trouble with size thus far, but if we can shoot well, we'll be right in the ball game. Joe, ought to be another exciting year. Thanks for joining us, and hope South Summit plays well.
Yes, looking forward to it. Like you said, Coach Hunt always has his team well prepared. Didn't get to see the JV game, but I was able to watch the freshman game, and they pressed the entire time. Well coached, well fought game, and our freshman boys actually won by 3 going down the stretch. But look forward to a good varsity game, well coached team, both sides.
That Scott Hunt, as many of you know, is at South Sevier for many, many years. We met South Sevier for 2 consecutive state champions. Well, no, we met them in the semifinals one year and the state championship the next year. We beat them in the semifinals in 2010 when they had an incredible team, had one of the best games I've ever seen of a boys team in high school basketball. I still remember running up and down the stairs like a lunatic. It was exciting, and South Summit, as you know, went on to beat Waterford for the state championship that year. And the following year, 2011, South Summit lost in a tough game in the state championship to South Sevier. And so a lot of history here between these coaches in these programs, and it ought to be fun. So thanks for joining us tonight. We got a good staff of cameramen helping us out. We got Jeremy Fierro working the technology tonight, so we got a good staff bringing you South Summit Athletics. So stay tuned. We will have the national anthem coming up shortly, the starting lineup. So thanks for joining us on Wildcat TV. Tip off in about 2 minutes.
Please join in singing our band plays national anthem.
Beautifully done there by the South Summit Band, and always a great sight to see that big flag drop from the ceiling. South Summit Band providing the great music for us tonight, and a great night of basketball as we've gotten the starting lineups now for Bear River. It's going to be number 11, Bridger Buse, I should say. Number 15, Gunnar Sorensen. Number 20, Nate Dahley. Number 23, Michael Litchford. And number 25, Tristan Hartfield. Lights will be going out here for South Summit shortly, but they'll be starting tonight. Mason Gines, Nick Beasley, Jason McNeil, Tanner Anderson, and Caden Atkinson will be the starting 5 for the South Summit Wildcats. So, as you can see, Bear River, pretty long team out there. As you look across the height, you have 5'11", 6 foot, 6'3", 6'4", and 5'9", so a little size out there for Bear River. And South Summit ought to be able to put a good show on tonight. Athleticism has been one thing the South Summit's been able to display early on in the year. They played a very tough schedule. Record probably isn't real representative of how well they played at times. And as we mentioned, they played all 11 games on the road, so it will be interesting to see how they respond to the home court as the lights go out. And exciting time. We'll let Mr. Peterson here, who does the introductions. Looks like number 23 for Bear River will be jumping center. Michael Litchford, the leading scorer, 6'4" junior. And for South Summit, one of the great leapers in the state, Mason Gines, senior number 23. Looks like just about an inch Litchford has on Gines. And so let's get the game started. South Summit, going, huh? Yeah, tough schedule starting next week for South Summit region schedule. Summit Academy, one of the region favorites on the schedule. So hopefully this will be a good tune-up as South Summit controls the tip. And we're underway here as Mason Gines will bring it up for South Summit. Bear River in a tight man-to-man here. And South Summit working the perimeter well as they go top of the key to Gines. And Gines trying to find somebody down low. Sees Anderson, now goes over to Atkinson. Open three-pointer, start the ball game, no good. Fight for the board, and the ball's knocked away by number 15 for Bear River. Whew. Oh, they actually called it the other way. Called the other way. It looked like Sorensen for Bear River knocked it out, but they'll give it to the Bears. And number 25, Tristan Hartfield, point guard for the Bears. And he'll walk it up slowly. And South Summit going to start out in a 2-3 zone, a little different than what we've seen in the past from the South Summit boys. Always a quick, tight man-to-man. This year, a little different team, and with the lack of size sometimes, they've been going to the zone. As the first shot up for Bear River is a three-pointer by Hartfield, and he gets the first bucket of the ball game. It's a 3-0 lead for Bear River. Gines now up top to Anderson. Anderson fakes, hands off to Atkinson. And Bear River really kind of packing it down low here a little bit. Not a lot of pressure up on the ball as Beasley goes hard into the lane, goes up high, and he's going to get fouled. And the foul's going to be on number 20, blocking foul. And that's going to be the first personal foul on Nate Dahley and the first team foul on Bear River. 3-0 lead for the Bears. Jason McNeil will inbound for South Summit. Gines right at the free throw line, backed up there by Atkinson. And Anderson and Beasley on the blocks. They go inside to Atkinson, good position. He goes up off the glass, and South Summit with the first bucket of the game on a nice post entry from Jason McNeil. And South Summit's on the board. Softly up the glass for Atkinson. 3-2 lead, Bear River. McNeil and Anderson on top of this zone. Down low, and second three-pointers up, and consecutive three-pointers by Bear River. That's number 11, Bridger Buse, and he's got, we say Buse or Buse? Buse. You might have to keep correcting me. He has two consecutive three-pointers by the Bears, and it's a 6-2 lead for Bear River. Gines now puts up the three-pointer, and it's good. Beautiful shot there. Mason Gines elevates unbelievably high for a three-pointer, and nothing but net as the net wrapped around the rim. And it's a 6-5 lead for Bear River. Good to see Gines on the board early.
South Summit's now going man-to-man after 2 straight threes.
Good passing lane hands there by Atkinson, fighting by Beasley, and Beasley trying to stop the big man there, number 23, Litchford. And Litchford gets his first bucket. It's an 8-5 lead for the Bears. And now Anderson in some trouble, and it looks like there's going to be a reach in there on Hartfield. And Hartfield will pick up the foul, his first personal foul, second team foul on the Bears. And South Summit will inbound right in front of the Bear River bench. As you mentioned, Joe, didn't take long for Bear River to get South Summit out of that zone. Consecutive three-pointers as a backdoor cut by Beasley, has it swatted away. Beautiful block there by Bear River, and the Bears now on the break. As now, as we mentioned, South Summit, beautiful pass there from Hartfield, rims out, no good. And looks like we got a foul. He pointed the other way. Looks like they're going to give him 2 shots. Foul's on number 20. That's McNeil. Wow. And McNeil will pick up his first foul. First team foul on the Wildcats. That'll send number 15, Gunnar Sorensen, to the free throw line. Bears leading by 3, 5:23 left, first quarter. Sorensen shot, rims out, no good. And so it's a 3-point lead there by Bear River. Sorensen will have the second of 2 free throws. Missed the first, second one's up and rims in. Good job there by Sorensen. It's a 9-5 lead for Bear River as Sorensen gets his first bucket of the night, or first point of the night. Swinging it there, South Summit trying to go inside. Nice steal there, but goes right back to McNeil. McNeil with the jumper. South Summit shooting the ball well here to start the ball game. It's a 9-7 lead as South Summit staying right here with the Bears 3 minutes into the first quarter. Beasley guarding Bose, and there'll be another abuse. Another foul inside. Let's see who that's going to be on. They're pointing at somebody there. Is it Gines? Nope, McNeil.
Sad thing is, he was just trying to get out of the way.
2 quick fouls on McNeil. Coach Hatch trying to decide if he wants to go to the bench already. Decides to allow McNeil to stay in the ball game. They go down low. Little turnaround jumper by Litchford. He picks up his second bucket of the night. 11-7 lead, Bears. Too deep a position there for South Summit on the defensive side. Looks like there's going to be a blocking foul now on Bear River. Foul was on 20.
Dahl.
And that's Dahl. We'll try to get the pronunciation there.
I think it's Dahl, I think.
Dahl?
Yeah.
I know they have the car company, Tim Dahley Nissan.
Yeah, that's right.
So I don't know. We'll go with that. We'll try to figure it out as Danzy checks in. And good position there for Gines. Jumper no good. And there's going to be a foul on the block out on Bear River. And foul on number 14 or 24?
I think 14.
Okay, number 14. That's Marshall Pons checked into the ball game. 6'6" junior checking in, adding some more size for the Bears as Atkinson now gets the inbound pass. And Anderson, top of the key, it goes over to Danzy. Danzy down low in the corner to Beasley. And now Bear River's gone to a 2-3 zone, probably on the inbounds play. As South Summit working the perimeter. Down low to Danzy. Good patience here by the Wildcats. Over to left wing. Gines takes the deep one. No good. It looked like he was bumped a little bit on the elbow. Falls short. And Bear River with the rebound. Goes inside to Pond. Back out to Litchford. Jump shots up. No good. Good box out by Beasley with the rebound. South Summit's on the run. Beasley pulls it out. Goes deep corner to Anderson. Trying to find a high post look. First shot from Beasley's up. No good. Fight for the rebound. Tanner Anderson comes down with it. Caden Atkinson open 3. No good. Anderson another rebound. Kicks back out to Atkinson. Good job by Tanner. A couple offensive boards. And South Summit will maintain possession. Get another look at the bucket. And that'll be a big thing if they can get some offensive rebounds. And now top of the glass to Anderson. High post look over to Gines. Down low, short corner to Atkinson. Jump shot is good. And Caden Atkinson with his second bucket. 4 points on the night. It's 11-9 lead for Bear River. And good to see Caden Atkinson get in the scoring column. Inside, Pond, little jumper is good right from the free throw line, elbow, and Pond gets the bucket. And Marshall Pond with 2 points now. 3 minutes left first quarter. South Summit trailing by 4. Low pressure now put on as South Summit turns the ball over. Mason Gines over top of the head of Anderson. Little careless pass right there. Haven't seen much of the turnover yet thus far, which is a good sign, as Hartfield now will walk it up, calling the play for the Bears. Guarded by Anderson. Anderson missed last week's game at Manti with a sore back, and
Ooh, I thought he touched it on the way out.
Ball goes out of bounds. Looked like Litchford lost the handle, but Bear River will maintain possession. And Hartfield will inbound for Bear River. Goes up top to Pond. South Summit stays in the man-to-man. Done much better here out of the man-to-man, at least from the three-point line. Beasley, good defense on the perimeter. And now they go down low to Litchford. Guarded closely by Atkinson. Ooh, looked like he got all ball there. Tough break there for Caden Atkinson. Got a lot of ball with his hand on top of it. They'll call him with the foul. Foul on number 1, Atkinson. That's his first personal foul. That's now the third team foul on South Summit. And to the free throw line is Michael Litchford. He hits the first free throw. 5 points now in the quarter. 14-9 lead, Bear River.
Caden works hard down there. He gets the big guy most of the time.
Yeah, and he's generally always undersized. And it'll be South Summit basketball on the loose ball off the rebound. South Summit trailing by 5. Now Bear River extending some three-quarter pressure. 1-2-2 zone pressure put on. And Gines loses it again, goes right to Hartfield. Hartfield is going to be fouled by Anderson. That'll send Hartfield to the free throw line. And consecutive poor passes there by the senior. And a bit frustrated he is on a couple of those passes, obviously leading to some opportunities here for Bear River. 2:17 left. And Bear River's been to the free throw line now. The third time as Hartfield will have 2. And Hartfield's first is good. He's got 4 points. And it's a 15-9 lead, Bear River. Got to keep this close early. Both teams have 4 team fouls. Hartfield's second free throw is good. Hits them both. Bear River 4 for 5 from the free throw line. And Atkinson now inbounds to Gines, over to Atkinson. Atkinson cross court over to Beasley. Beasley tries to go in the lane, nothing there. And back out from Anderson. A lot of pressure being put on now by Bear River, seeing lots of defensive sets. Good look there by Beasley, unable to handle it. Anderson, Danzy, three-pointers up and good. Brandon Danzy with the high arcing three-pointer. And it's a 16-12 lead for the Bears. Lots of contributions now. South Summit's got 4 people in the scoring column already. Hartfield, three-pointer is good. And the dangerous outside shooting of the Bears. 3 3-pointers in the quarter. Hartfield has 8. And it's a 19-12 lead by Bear River. Gines now trying to find somebody to help. Goes to Anderson. Now over to Beasley. Beasley, little trouble, swings it over to Atkinson. A little jumper, 15-footer, no good. Gines flies in for the offensive board, knocks it out of bounds. It'll be Bear River basketball. So some adjustments to be made here on the defensive side. Tanner Anderson's going to have to be quite close here to Hartfield, as he's been shooting well here. Gets a high screen. Good switch there from Gines. Kicks it out to Pond. Now up to number 11. Rims it out. That's Boyce. Buse. I'm having a hard time there. Beasley into the line. Blocked away. And now Bear River back on the break. And outside to Hartfield, slows it up for the Bears. Buse. I'll get it. Yeah. They go top of the key to Pond. South Summit student crowd trying to urge these South Summit Wildcats on as they go up high inside to number 15, Sorensen. Beautiful pass there from the top. Sorensen went up high, laid it softly up off the glass. And now South Summit finds themselves down 9. Too many points for this first quarter as they've given up 21. 12 seconds left in the quarter. Got to get a good shot on here as Gines with 8 seconds tries to go high post. Now up top to Anderson, down low to Danzy. And Danzy's going to be fouled. Good job there by Danzy. Got his defender up just a hair. Slid under him, and that's going to be a foul on number 14, Pond. His second personal foul. 15 foul on the Bears. So a good possession there by South Summit. Moving the ball, swinging it around the perimeter. Found Danzy down low. Danzy with a good move. He'll have a chance to get his fourth and fifth points from the free throw line.
That's a great play for him to be able to get a foul against a 6'6" guy.
Yes, very well done. So good job by Brandon coming right off the bench, providing some instant offense. And 8-point lead, and now still an 8-point lead. As Hartville will heave it deep. It's looking close, just off the back of the iron. We're at the end of one. Quick pace, first quarter as Bear River leads after one, 21-13. We're at the beginning of two, and South Summit trailing by 8 as it'll be Bear River basketball. South Summit stays in the man-to-man. McNeil has gotten in a little bit of foul trouble as Danzy's done a nice job coming in, and Bear River taking their time here on this opening possession. Now there's been a switch. Atkinson guarding the quick Hartville, and back and forth now for the Bears. South Summit making Bear River work hard on this possession. As now Danzy inside to Sorensen. Sorensen brings it out to the right wing. Goes down low. That's Buse, and Buse gets the easy bucket. And that's 5 now for Buse. And it's up to the biggest lead of the night for Bear River, a 23-13 lead. And now Gines. Gines at the three-point line, goes to Danzy. Danzy kicks it back to Mason. Mason's at the free throw line, elevates for the jumper, no good. And South Summit now starting to settle a bit from that perimeter. And with the size of Bear River, not getting a lot of chances underneath. As now Atkinson switched over to Hartville, and a jumper by Buse, and Buse with another great shot. And a lot of weapons here by Bear River, because they have 5 guys into the scoring column. 6:30 left here in the second quarter, and this lead continuing to grow. 25-13. South Summit needs a bucket. Right here is Anderson. Up top to Gines. Gines thought about the open three. Hasn't been feeling it here the last few times. Decides again, goes up, no good. Another deep shot. And Bear River with the rebound, and Hartville quickly for the Bears brings it back up. South Summit here has got to get a stop. Down 12, 2 minutes into this second quarter.
Bear River doing a good job having a motion, keeping our guys working hard.
And a lot of pivoting there. Buse at a good position, puts it up, no good, and Beasley comes down with the rebound, loses it out of bounds. It'll be Bear River basketball. South Summit did a good job on the defensive glass that time, but as Beasley tried to bring it out on the break, lost the handle, it slips out of bounds. And it'll stay with Bear River.
We got Dally back in for Bear River.
And, what's that call?
He pulled him as he went by.
Oh, so a foul on Bear River. Wow. as Litchford kind of spun away from the pass. A little miscommunication by Bear River. Atkinson came out, and I guess Litchford kind of grabbed him a little bit. Litchford gets the foul, and that's now 16 fouls on the Bears. That'll put South Summit in the bonus. Rest of this second quarter, South Summit in desperate need of some points right here. And Danzy has the ball knocked away. Atkinson there grabs the loose ball, now up top to Beasley. Beasley pulls up for the jumper. Looks good, no good, high off the glass, or off the rim. And coming down with it is number 20, Dolly. And now Buse passes back to Hartfield. Continuing to be guarded there by Tanner Anderson. And Beasley helps out right there. Goes into Buse. Buse into the lane, loses it. And Atkinson comes down with the loose ball and hands off to Gines. Gines over to Anderson. Anderson back to Atkinson. Got to try to get Tanner here involved. One of the better three-pointers for South Summit shooters. And that might be it right there. Nope. Closing out well is Hartfield. And Danzy now on the left wing. Goes up top to Beasley. Beasley over to Danzy. And South Summit slowing down the pace here a bit. Working hard to get a good shot. And Gines up top to Atkinson. Swings it over to Danzy. And Danzy trying to find Gines. High post look. It loses out again. And Beasley up under the glass. Good job, Nick Beasley. And a nice job there by South Summit to convert on a good possession. Burn some good time. Got a bucket. Narrows the lead to 10 halfway through quarter number 2. And the first bucket of the second quarter as Gines hustling to get the loose ball, does, then gets tripped up, and they'll give it back to Bear River. Tough break there for South Summit as Gines working incredibly hard on the steal and then trying to bring in the loose ball. I'm not sure if there was intentional trip there, but the feet got tangled up. Gines unable to get the loose ball. It'll be Bear River basketball.
Like you said, that last possession was good to conserve their energy. They're working so hard on defense that if we can conserve energy a little bit, get a little rest, and score points is a good thing.
Absolutely. Like good, positive possessions, and that was one. Now see if we can't get a good defensive possession. Litchford, left elbow, guarded by Atkinson now. Now Beasley having to work on Buse at the top. Up over top to number 1 who's checked in. That's Jensen, Caleb Jensen. Now over to Buse. Buse pulls up, jumper. Looks good, and Buse, good-looking jumper.
He has all 6 points.
Yep, he's got 8. No, he's got 9 on the ball game, 6 in the quarter. And he's pulled up for some good 12, 15-footers. And now Beasley trying to get inside and does, up off the glass again. Nick Beasley with consecutive buckets on the glass, and that'll be a timeout. We'll take one. South Summit's leading trailing 27-17. We'll take a quick break. Bear River basketball after timeout. 3 minutes left here in this first half. Bears continuing to lead by 10 as teams have made a couple of substitutions. Jacob Dolly's checked into the ball game for the Bears. A couple of Dollies now as number 20 hustling into the lane. And there's going to be a reach-in foul on. Is it Danzy or Gines? It's going to be on Danzy. Almost kind of bailed out Nate Dolly that time as he was out of control and lost his balance, threw the ball up high, and Danzy reached in just in time for Dolly to be able to go to the free throw line. So that is Brandon Danzy's first personal foul. first free throw by Dolly is good. And that's his first point on the night. It's an 11-point lead for the Bears.
They're shooting 5 of 8 from the free throw line.
Into the free throw line a lot this far. And Dolly's second is good. So it's a 12-point lead again for Bear River. And Gines will come to Beasley. Beasley's done a nice job penetrating. Always finds the crack. Able to lay it up softly off that glass. See if we can't get some again. Gines goes inside to Anderson up off the glass. No good. But hustling to the ball. Brandon Danzy. Brandon's got a couple of good offensive rebounds thus far as Beasley kicks over to Anderson with the jumper. And Tanner. There we go. Beautiful assist by Beasley. Tanner Anderson gets his first bucket of the night. And it's back to a 10-point game. Another good possession there by South Summit. Working hard on the offensive glass, getting another shot, making it pay. Buse with the jumper. This time it's short. And Gines with the rebound, and South Summit now quickly back. Gines up high with the finger roll. Beautiful shot, and the block foul. Little count. And Mason Gines with a beautiful move. Kind of faked the pass off, went high, finger rolled it in, got the blocking foul. And Mason Gines now with the bucket. He's got 5 on the night. And the foul is on number 1, Jensen. And that's 17 fouls now on the Bears. And Mason Gines can cut this lead to 7. Rims out, no good. 2 minutes left in the second quarter. Two-pointer there by Gines, unable to convert on the three-pointer, but still a nice move as Bear River back now on the offensive side. Jason Dolly trying to go down low to Richford, trying to bang his way in, little jump hook, no good, and Danzy again up high. Smallest guy on the court getting the big rebounds as Beasley back quickly for the Wildcats. Up top now to Danzy. South Summit now putting a few good possessions together on both ends of the court. And putting a little momentum as well as Gines. Beautiful move again. Gines, get in there. Unable to get it off the glass. Another nice move as he goes down hard. Got bumped a little on the rebound. And Bear River and Atkinson's going to get the blocking foul as he kind of bodied him up, then reached in. That's going to send who to the free throw line? Atkinson's second personal. 16 fouls now. Nope, they got him on the drive. Bear River still has a foul to get from the Wildcats before they can go to the bonus. Dolly will inbound to Buse. Buse out of the corner, gets the open three-pointer, no good. It's a air ball. Danzy goes up high. And a beautiful steal there by Fonsbeck, who goes up to Richford. And a tough break there for South Summit as they had a man breaking, just couldn't get it off. The high-reaching arms of Fonsbeck. And it's back to a 10-point lead. 50 seconds. Danzy over to Beasley. Pressure again put on by Bear River. High post look to Anderson. Good job, South Summit moving the ball. Beasley rims out a three-pointer. Good looking shot. 36 seconds left, second quarter. And Bear River wants to walk it up. 29 seconds left. And that's going to be an over and back. Good defense there by Anderson. Forcing the turnover. And not what Coach Hunt wanted right there, as he wanted to burn some time, take the last shot. And this will give South Summit another look at the bucket.
See if we can cut into this 10-point lead.
We can get it down to 8 or 7 here. And South Summit would be wise to try to apply the same strategy. Don't give Bear River another look on the offensive side. As Atkinson now trying to get some help. He's in trouble, splits. And Beasley trying to come up with the loose ball. It goes to Buse, and Buse gets fouled by Beasley. And both teams turning it over, trying to play for the last shot. And this is going to send Buse to the free throw line, and Beasley with the foul. First personal foul on Beasley.
He's looking for his 10th and 11th point here.
So Buse will have 2 shots. First one is no good, short. Still a 10-point lead for Bear River after the missed free throw. South Summit has plenty of time to get the ball up and get another shot. Buse's second free throw is good. And Buse has 1 of 2 at the free throw line. And Gines turns the ball over again. Easy putback by Fonsbeck, and a turnover costing South Summit 3 points right here late. And Gines goes up high. Ball's no good as it bangs off the backboard. And not the way South Summit wanted to finish this second quarter on consecutive turnovers that led to 3 points. And now it's the biggest lead of the ball game, 34-21. Now South Summit has some adjustments to make coming out of the locker room for that third quarter. We mentioned it was going to be a tough matchup tonight for Bear River, as they have a lot of scorers who can score from many places on the court, and they've got a lot of guys who have put points in the scoring column. So get some adjustments made. We'll get some scores put up for you here at halftime. South Summit trailing by 13 as we go into half. right, 1 minute left here in the halftime as South Summit finds themselves down 13 halfway through the season opener for the South Summit boys team here. A really nice balanced attack for South Summit, just not enough of it yet as South Summit's had a tough time against a pretty stringent, pretty tight Bear River defense. Mason Gines leads scoring with 5. Caden Atkinson's got 4. Nick Beasley 4. Brandon Danzy 4. And Tanner and Jason each with a bucket. For Bear River, Buse had a great second quarter, had 7 points, and really he had 7 in the quarter. Dolly had a couple of free throws. Litchford had a bucket. But other than Buse, South Summit did a pretty good job of defending. Leading all scorers for Bear River is Bridger Buse with 10. Gunnar Sorensen with 3. Nate Dolly with 2. Michael Litchford with 7. And Tristan Hartfield with 8. And Marshall Pond with 2, and Riley Fonsbeck with 2. So a lot of scores for Bear River, so it's going to have to be quite a defensive effort here by South Summit. They're going to have to scratch their way back into this ball game, and we're certainly going to have to take care of the basketball a little better. Had way too many turnovers there to wind up that second quarter. Going to have to start shooting well, so a lot of things are going to have to get in place, but South Summit's certainly capable of doing it, as they've proven that they're able to scratch their way back into some ball games. And with this tough schedule, they got a lot of fight in them, and let's see what they can do here as we start the third quarter with Danzy, Anderson, Gines, Beasley, and Atkinson on the court for South Summit. And now Bear River doing the trap there on the side. Tanner Anderson in some trouble on the corner. Beasley able to get him out of trouble. Inside to Gines, over to Anderson. 3-pointers up, looks good, just short. Fight for the rebound. Danzy went up high, but Hartfield comes down with the loose ball. And Anderson now guarding him closely as a high screen put on by Litchford. Litchford rolls, passes over to Sorensen. Now Summit comes out in a man-to-man, looks a little more energized than was prior to the half. And Danzy gets some help from Beasley up off the glass, no good the shot. Litchford with the turnaround, he gets the offensive board. And Litchford with the bucket. He's now got 7. Or is that 9?
That's 9 now.
9 now for Litchford. And it's a 15-point lead for Bear River. South Summit's got to get going here quickly. Gines into the lane, has it knocked away by number 20, Dolly, and Bear River immediately back up with the shot, and Litchford with another bucket. And it's a 4-0 run to start the ball game, or to start the third quarter for Bear River. And South Summit finds themselves down now 17. And South Summit wants a timeout, so Coach Hatch not liking how the third quarter starts out. So we'll take a break here. South Summit tries to regroup, down by 17, 6:34 left, third quarter. Out of the timeout, Danzy will trigger for South Summit to Beasley and back to Danzy. South Summit in need of a bucket. And Bear River working continually hard here on the defensive side. This pressure gets to South Summit again. Hartfield round the back to Hartfield. Beautiful play by Bear River. And Hartfield gets the assist from Buse. And it's now a 19-point lead, and Buse gets his hand on the pass from Gines, and it's going to go out of bounds, but South Summit will maintain possession. And that trap defense is always something Scott Hunt's like to do. Ran it very well down at South Sevier, and always puts a lot of pressure on the offense and provides a lot of momentum shifts for the Bears, as it did for the Rams years ago. And see if South Summit can't find some seams in this pressure. As now Atkinson backs it out, gets the instructions from Coach Hatch, goes over to Tanner Anderson. 1-3-1 pressure here put on by South Sevier as they go in and out of that trap they like to do on the side. Down low to Beasley. Beasley tries to go to Atkinson, got in the air, couldn't find Caden, and another turnover by South Summit, and Buse guarded by Nick. Not a good start here on the offensive side for the Wildcats. See if they can't get a turnover here on the defensive side. Litchford down low, trying to back his way in on Atkinson. Missed shot, good defense there. And Litchford knocks the ball out of bounds. It'll be South Summit basketball. Good job there by the Wildcats, preventing another offensive board. And Gines now will pick it up for the Wildcats. 5:11 left, third quarter. South Summit yet to score here in the second half. High post look, good look, down low, and a nice passing around by South Summit as Gines goes up off the glass. No good, but beautiful passing there by South Summit. They got the shot they wanted. Gines unable to convert, and Hartfield gets his hand under the ball, carries it, and it'll be a turnover on Bear River. Jason McNeil now checking back, got into some early foul trouble. He'll check in for Danzy.
Maybe get some little offense going there.
Jason's generally always provides a lot of energy. See if he can't get some going here. South Summit looking for somebody to put the ball in the hoop here. As South Summit just waiting on the pass right there. Deflection, and Tanner Anderson gets the foul. And that's going to send number 20, Nate Dolly, to the free throw line. And South Summit getting a bit sloppy on the offensive side. They were down 13 at the break, down now 19, almost halfway through the third quarter as the first free throw is up and good by Dolly. He's 3 for 3 from the free throw line.
Just not getting, we're getting decent looks, just not really good looks, and they're not going in for us.
Dolly's second free throw is good. It's now a 21-point lead as Bear River has doubled up South Summit early into this third quarter. And Gines now over the top to Atkinson. Atkinson skips it over to Beasley. Beasley goes baseline up off the glass. Good by Beasley. And Nick has had success finally driving the ball into the lane and gets the first bucket of the second half for South Summit. Much needed bucket. 19-point lead for the Bears. Steal there by Gines. Mason quickly back. He's got people to go to. Goes up high, no good, and a blocking foul as Mason Gines taking it hard to the hole. And he'll get a blocking foul on Bear River. I believe it's on number 15, Sorensen. It's his first personal foul and the first team foul on the Bears here in the third quarter. Mason Gines will go to the free throw line. Mason, 5 points in that first half. South Summit's leading scorer. Got to get some points out of him. And Mason misses the first. Need to get Mason here on a little bit of a roll. Can be one of the best scorers in two-way basketball. When things are going well, and things haven't gone well thus far, hopefully good passes and some good defense will get some energy going for South Summit.
Get one to drop here maybe.
And the second free throw is good. So Gines now with 6 on the night. Danzy checks in for Mason. Get a little breather. Hopefully he'll be able to rejuvenate himself here. So on the court now, the senior Tanner Anderson and 4 juniors, McNeil, Danzy, Beasley, Atkinson. And see if this defensive pressure here can put something together for South Summit. And almost a break there as Buse goes up for it. No good. Fight for the rebound. Comes down with it. Caden Atkinson. Anderson back quickly for South Summit. Goes baseline. Kicks over to Atkinson. Atkinson now over to Anderson. Has the ball knocked out of the hands by Sorensen. And it'll stay with the Wildcats. Tough place to inbounds now in the corner, right in front of the South Summit student body. Anderson will inbound to Beasley. Goes high post look over to Danzy. Three-pointer, yes, Brandon with the second three-pointer of the night. He's got 7, and he leads all scorers for South Summit. 42-27. He's gotten it down from a 21-point lead. Now down to a 15-point lead. Little run here. See if they can't keep it going. Pond hard off the glass on the jumper, and South Summit's on the break. Beasley goes up high. Has the ball knocked away. Saved from being out of bounds by Fonsbeck. And now Sorensen, baseball passes it out to Sorensen. And McNeil now quickly gets bumped by Fonsbeck. Foul on Bear River. And South Summit showing signs of energy and life right here in this third quarter. That'll be the second team foul on Bear River in this third quarter.
And some opportunities to push the ball, and they're taking that opportunity, so that's good to see.
Anderson checks in for Bear River. Number 24, his first time on the court tonight. Atkinson goes inside to Anderson. Anderson kicks it out to Beasley. Open three-pointer. Get in, Nick. Yes. And Nick Beasley now has 5 in the quarter. It's down to 12. 9-0 run put on by South Summit. And South Summit now doing a good job getting it down to a manageable kind of a lead here going into this fourth quarter. See if they can't get it down under double figures. As you mentioned, Jason McNeil coming in, providing some energy. And South Summit now trying to claw their way back in. Kicks it out to Fonsbeck. Fonsbeck open to Anderson, no good. Off the glass, and Sorensen rebounds, goes into Buse. Buse off the glass, no good. Anderson with the rebound. Danzy with the nice bounce pass to Beasley. To an open Atkinson. Get in, no good. Off the glass. Good shot there by South Summit. That really would have been a big one as they could have gotten it under 10. But good signs here for South Summit. 1:58 left, third quarter.
A lot of hustle plays here.
Absolutely. So South Summit now working hard on the defensive side of the court. Buse passes over to Anderson. Anderson guarded by Beasley, loses the handle. And Anderson getting his hands on the ball, knocks it out of bounds. And Coach Hunt quickly comes back to the regulars of Litchford and Hartville.
Yeah, I was just noticing Litchfield wasn't in there. I'm like, you got to take advantage while he's been out.
I'm sure Coach Hunt wanted to give them a little more of a breather, probably wanted to get them to the quarter. But with South Summit going on a little bit of a run, but otherwise, and has put a couple of starters back in quickly. Buse with the jump shot is up, and it's good. Shooter's touch. Yep, Buse gets the jumper. And South Summit now down 14. And Danzy loses the handle. Turnover South Summit. 1:16 left in this third period. And run there on South Summit starting to deflate here a little bit as they trimmed a 21 lead down to 12. Still only 14. And Litchford, little turnaround jumper, and Litchford and Buse putting an end to the 9-0 run by South Summit. And Litchford having a big night. And now who gets the steal? He's all alone, and there'll be a foul. Good hard. Oh, and they're going to call it an intentional foul. That's a tough call there. They went after the ball, got a bit of the arm. It was a hard foul, so that'll give Litchford 2 free throws and Bear River the ball back. Who did they call the foul on? Caden Atkinson got the foul. His third personal foul. And Litchford has 2 free throws. First one is up and good for Litchford. 14 on the night for Litchford, gets his 15th, and that's right at his season average. So 18-point lead as the momentum has swung back to Bear River here as they've scored 6 in a row. And it'll be a Bear River basketball on the baseline, and Buse will inbound. Beasley, Atkinson, Anderson, Danzy, and McNeil on the court for South Summit. And Buse has to go up high to Hartville. Now over to Sorensen. Back to Hartville. 43 seconds left. And Bear River burning some time. Buse now goes cross. Hands in, but an easy putback there by Litchford as Anderson almost got the steal. But it bounced right into the hands in a good spot for Litchford. He gets another bucket and back up to 20. Atkinson now, left wing, goes down to Anderson. Tanner trying to get some help, and it gets knocked away. 14 seconds left. And Tanner Anderson will inbound for South Summit. Plenty of time to get a shot here. And Tanner goes to Beasley. Beasley, high post look to McNeil. Over to an open Atkinson. This time Atkinson with the three-pointer. And a quick timeout by Coach Hatch with 7 seconds left. Probably a 30. Want to set something up here to where Bear River isn't able to get a quick shot up.
Yeah, Coach Hunt was hollering to get him going, and Coach Hatch shut him down, and Coach Hunt looked at him like, don't do that to me.
So quick timeout there by Hatch to slow down Bear River trying to get it up quickly with 7 seconds left. So 17-point lead. It's been a quarter of runs put on by both teams. And it's settled right in what was a 20-point lead down to a 12-point lead, and they've settled right there in the middle at 17. So South Summit still clinging on to life here.
It's good to see that hustle, but they work so hard on defense. The one thing you'll know, Coach Hatch will get them in better shape as the season goes on.
7 seconds left. Bear River basketball on the South Summit end of the court. And South Summit putting some pressure on, making it tough for Bear River. And Buse now has to give in to Hartville. Just what Coach Hatch wanted. Hartville with 5 seconds. He kind of turns the jumper over to Litchford with the jumper, and Litchford right at the buzzer. Beautifully done there by Bear River. And Litchford gets the last bucket of the third quarter. Big quarter there for Litchford. Litchford had how many that quarter? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Wow. Good quarter there for Litchford. As Bear River kicks it back up to 19. We're at the end of 3. South Summit trailing 52-33. It'll be Bear River basketball to start the fourth period, leading by 19. And we'll see what South Summit brings here to start this fourth quarter. Buse hands off to Hartville. Tries to get into the lane, gets fouled on the runner. And Caden Atkinson's going to pick up the foul. Looks like that's going to be his 4th personal foul. And the 3rd team foul on South Summit. So that'll send Hartville to the free throw line to shoot 2. Could kick it up to the largest lead of the night here. 21. South Summit trailed 42-21. And now it's back up to 20 as Hartville gets the free throw. Hartville 3 for 3 from the free throw line. And he'll get a chance to bump it up to 21. And he does. 21-point lead for the Bears as Beasley brings it up for South Summit. Beasley over to McNeil. Bear River back into this 1-3-1 zone. Not trapping here on the corners this time. Danzy takes the open 3. No good. Big rebound there by Sorensen. And Bear River back on the offensive side. Buse. Top of the key. South Summit stays in a man-to-man. Now goes over to Hartville. Hartville skips over to Sorensen. Sorensen kicks it out. Finds Buse down low, guarded by Danzy. Lots of movement by Bear River up off the glass, and Sorensen gets the bucket. It's a 23-point lead now, 56-33. 1 minute gone here in the fourth quarter. And South Summit goes up high to Gines, has the ball knocked away, but it goes off Mason Gines' hand, according to the official at least. So it'll be Bear River basketball.
And he's the one that matters.
Yep, that's the only opinion that matters down there. And now the baseball pass down to Buse. Buse has got it. And McNeil put a lot of pressure on the ball. No call. And South Summit avoids some trouble as Beasley's shot's no good. Too hard. And Sorensen with the rebound. Hartville quickly out to Dolly. And has the ball stolen away by Beasley. And it's stolen back by Hartville. Hartville, little jumper, short, no good. Fight for the rebound. And there'll be a foul on Bear River on the rebound. And the foul looks like it is on, is that Litchford? Nope, on Hartville. His second personal foul, third team foul on Bear River. So Beasley will bring it up for South Summit. Both teams with 3 team fouls. Not much fouling going on here in this second half. And Bear River content to just pack it in a little bit for South Summit to burn some time off this clock. And Gines now trying to get things ordered and organized. Gines over to Anderson. Anderson to Gines, over to Danzy. Trying to find a way as Gines takes the three-pointer, no good. And the rebound there to number 15, Sorensen. Buse now kicks it out to Litchford. Things going Bear River's way. Give and go to Litchford. Beautiful pass from Hartville. And Litchford having a heck of a night as things getting away here from South Summit. Down 25. And now another steal by Bear River. And Sorensen lays it up high. Sorensen now with his 7th point. And it's a 60-33 lead as this lead has ballooned out to a 27-point lead. And probably time to start looking at some subbing in this ball game as McNeil's three-pointer's no good. Gines with the rebound, goes up high, gets fouled as number 20, Nate Dolly, comes in to get the foul, and that'll send Gines to the free throw line. South Summit failing to score here in the first 3 minutes. Looks very similar to the first 3 or 4 minutes of that third quarter as they put on a little run there for a minute in that third quarter. And Gines gets the first free throw. Gines now has 7 on the night. And Litchford checking out for the Bears. And Pond checking in.
Pond's only a junior?
Yep, 6'6" junior. Able to bring some good size off the bench. Gines' second free throw is no good. And another baseball pass up to Buse. Quickly to Sorensen up off the glass. And Sorensen getting another easy bucket. He's got 9 on the night. And Bear River just beating South Summit up the court. Anderson goes into the lane up off the glass, no good. Fight for the rebound. Sorensen comes down with it. Fonsbeck brings it up the left side. Fonsbeck over to Sorensen. And Buse now. Good pass down low to Sorensen, but Sorensen travels. And it'll be a turnover on the Bears. Atkinson's going to check in for Gines. Atkinson with 4 fouls. Took a couple of minutes there. Try to get him through, but at this point, play who you want. As South Summit trailing by 28. We'll take a break. Things not going South Summit's way as they trail 62-34. After a timeout, South Summit comes out of the huddle with Atkinson, McNeil, Anderson, Danzy, and Beasley. Caleb Peterson unavailable tonight as he had a little minor heart procedure done. And so he'll be out for a week, I believe they've said. So hopefully he'll be back for region play next week, as he always brings some energy off the bench. Has started a few games as well as Danzy over to Atkinson. 3-pointers up, no good. Fight for the rebound. Jason McNeil working hard to get the loose ball, unable to come down with it. And Jason McNeil's going to foul Jacob Dolly on the drive up the court. And that'll be 4 fouls on South Summit now, and that will be 11. Nope, that wasn't McNeil. Was that Anderson? So they give Tanner the foul there.
He wasn't even in the vicinity.
Yeah, I didn't think it was on anybody but McNeil, but like you said, there's only one opinion that counts, is the 3-pointers put up, and it bounces in. Nice bounce for Fonsbeck. Nope, that's not Fonsbeck. That's Jensen. Jensen gets the 3-pointer, his first bucket of the night. It's a 65-34-point game. Now Anderson working it around the perimeter. Hasn't gone South Summit's way here in this second half.
Just not getting very good looks, are we?
And I think just the depth, Bear River wearing out South Summit a bit here, as that defense is just oppressive continually. And a run can get away pretty easily, as they have gone on a few, as Beasley takes the open 3-pointer. No good. And a lot of South Summit shots just coming from the perimeter, and when it's not going well, it's pretty tough to get offensive boards. And Bear River quickly back on the offensive side. 3 minutes left. Atkinson guarding Dolly. Pond kicks it out into an open Jensen again for 3. No good. And McNeil comes down with the rebound. McNeil over to Anderson. Danzy 3-pointer is up and good. Danzy has had a great game. Danzy has 3 3-pointers on the night. He's got 10 into double figures. So it's good to see Brandon starting to shoot the ball well. They'll need him as we go into region schedule. 65-37. Like to see South Summit finish here on a little bit of a good run. A little positive energy as Anderson gets the deflection. Goes up high off the glass. He's fouled by number 3, Jacob Dolly, and that'll send Tanner Anderson to the free throw line. As Tanner only has a bucket tonight. Nice, would be good to see him get a couple of points right here. 2:25 left. And Tanner now will get his first free throws of the night. Good crowd coming out tonight as Bear River travels quite well. It's brought a good crowd. South Summit has a good crowd on a Friday night. The band's has filled up the top level there across the way, and it's a good crowd. Just not a lot to cheer about now for the South Summit fans.
Band brought a lot of good music tonight.
They do. They always liven up the place. As Tanner Anderson's free throw misses, he missed them both. And with 2:24 left, just trying to limp their way to the end of this one. Get anybody hurt? And Fonsbeck moves it over. South Summit continues to go into this man-to-man. Several players now coming up off the bench. You got Stracker, Lashy, Fillmore, and Griffin coming up off the bench as Atkinson up off the glass on the fast break. Caden now with 9 points on the night. 65-39, 1:45 left. Might not be a bad idea next time if we can't get it stopped in play for a quick little timeout, get some subs in here. Be a good opportunity for these guys to get into this varsity game. But the time continues to tick. Down to a minute and a half. And there's the stoppage. Looks like there's a foul underneath. Foul on number 22, Bear River checking in. Easton Payne, a 6'3 sophomore, gets the foul. That'll allow South Summit's subs to check in. And that's the 16th foul on Bear River. So good hand for this crew. Worked hard tonight. Just things didn't go well against a good Bear River team. And Stubbs, Stracker, Griffin, Fillmore, and Lashy into the ball game. All sophomores. 4 games played tonight. Sophomore game at 3:30. Then a JV and freshman both played at 5:15. Did the JV lose?
Yeah.
So South Summit freshmen will be the only team that will get a win tonight, as the sophomore JV and varsity all having a hard time here with Bear River. And the steal by Bear River, Jacob Dolly.
They're everywhere, aren't they?
They are. They have hands up. And Fonsbeck. Guarded closely there on the give and go. Goes to Payne, high up off the glass. Nice move there by Payne. And Payne will get his first bucket off the bench.
Nice give and go.
Yep, they've done that multiple times. It's been a good play for him. As Strucker now passes off to Lashy. Lashy over to Fillmore. See which one of these guys want to take a shot here, as the hustle of Bear River gets the loose ball, and Dolly again will walk it up slowly. 20 seconds left. And Dolly will hand off to Fonsbeck. Back and forth now, burning some time, 8 seconds. And congratulations to Bear River on a good win here on the road, as the home opener for South Summit doesn't go too well, but it is a good, tough 3A, big 3A team from Bear River. So nothing to get too upset about, as we'll move on now to see 2A teams. To my knowledge, who have we played that's 2A this year? I can't even think of anybody. I don't believe we even played a 2A. We did play a 2A team, Manti. I believe Manti is the only 2A team we've played thus far, so we've played a lot of 3 and 4A schools, and we've won 5 of them, lost 7. And that'll get us all ready to go here for the region schedule, as we have Providence Hall. Let's look at the schedule next week and give you an idea of what things look like for South Summit as we start the region schedule. Next week, Wednesday, Providence Hall will be in town to play the first region ball game, followed by a game on the road next Friday night at Summit Academy. And my guess is Summit Academy will be the team to beat in the region this year. North Summit will have a good team as well. So we'll see what South Summit can bring next week as we start the region schedule. Joe, any things you want to sign off with?
No, they just want to compliment the boys. They fought clear to the end. They hustled all the way through, and it's pretty tough sometimes, but compliment them on working hard.
So congratulations to Bear River. Good to see Coach Hunt, one of the South Summit coaches from about 20 years ago. Was coaching when I was in high school. Always enjoyed him here, so we wish him well, and we wish, most importantly, our South Summit boys well as they start the region schedule next week. Girls start next Tuesday night at home, so join us for that broadcast next Tuesday. Girls have 2 home games next week against North Summit on Tuesday, Summit Academy on Thursday. So join us then. Tough break tonight as South Summit loses 67-39. And so that'll finish up the preseason schedule. For Joe Santos, Cody Bowen, Jeremy Fierro, and the student staff of Tyrell Horrocks, Caden Bell, Jordan Howe. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast, and we'll see you Tuesday night as South Summit girls will take on the North Summit Braves. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you soon.